Good afternoon, this is Dale from Loan Cabin. I'm here to speak to you today again about the bank statement program. We've talked about in the past for self-employed borrowers. You can be a self-employed business owner, you could be a 1099 truck driver, a 1099 realtor, whatever the case may be. So the basis of that program is typically 12 months bank statements, and what we do is we assess the deposits or the cash flow and then net out an expense factor off the top. So for example, let's just use simple numbers. Let's say over a 12-month period, a business owner, who has a brick and mortar facility, has a site, has $100,000 in deposits. They're going to, at a minimum, take 35% off the top of that to net out $65,000 in qualifying income. So in lieu of the tax returns not showing that much, the bank statement program is a great alternative for a self-employed individual who does not show that much on their tax returns. Or if you're a 1099 truck driver or realtor, for example, and you deposit your earnings into a personal bank account, not a business bank account, technically they'll let you use 100% of the deposit. So in that same example, if you have $100,000 going through, you can use $100,000 in qualifying income, as long as it's true business-related deposits and not transfers from other accounts. So keep that in mind. Now, in addition to what's kind of come about lately in this space for self-employed borrowers is no bank statements required, no tax returns required. So now you ask me, well, how can you do that? We would do a unaudited P&L, profit and loss statement, which is just a basic, gross revenues generated, cost of goods sold, things like that for a net profit. And we don't need any bank statements as far as deposits. We need a letter from the bank stating what the average balance was in the bank account for the last 30 days. Now on that program, I'm limited to going up to 80% loan to value, which would be a 20% down payment, and you've got to have a higher FICO score to do that. But that is very limited documentation for a self-employed borrower, where typically we would get the 12 months bank statements to verify cash flow for the qualifying income, and we'd also want to see the bank statements to meet the reserve requirement. In this particular case, if you're an individual who has a lot of equity in your home or has a big down payment to put down, you have a FICO score of at least 680 or higher, you may qualify for this other limited light doc program that requires only a profit and loss from the previous year and your current year to date and a letter from the bank, not a bank statement, a letter from the bank stating what your average balance has been in the last 30 days. So self-employed borrowers out there, if you're struggling to get qualified for a mortgage, you need to really take a look at this bank statement program, or this alternative doc program, as I like to call it, with the P&L and the letter from the bank to get yourself into a property and get qualified. And guess this space, as I've said in the past, is getting more and more competitive, which is bringing the rates down, and these loans are performing great. The investors that we sell these loans to are having very few defaults, if any, on this, and they're outperforming the conventional and FHA mortgages that you see out there on the market every day. So if you like this video, please like and share it to your Facebook and Twitter accounts. And if you have any questions on this program, don't hesitate to call me, Dale at Loan Cabin, 630-479-2719. I'd be happy to discuss it further. Thank you.